What if you turn hardship into greatness, anger into serenity? Everything changes. Make your life a masterpiece. How do you take control in your conflict? What is control? Why is control important? And how to take control back and take it in your own hands in order for you to constructively engage in a conflict situation. Control is really what you control. In other words, it's your response to the world. There is only so much you can control, but what you always can control is really your response in conflict, how you respond to someone who accuses you unjustly. But it's up to you. You have it in your hand. It's really powerful. You know why we usually fear so much flying with an airplane is not because it's dangerous, but it's because it is the fact that we are not in control. Whereas when we drive a car, we have it in our hands. We actually tell the car if we should go left or right or straight. So that's why we feel actually more secure, even though we know statistically speaking that driving a car is much more dangerous than being on an airplane and crossing the Atlantic. Again, it comes back to control. So therefore, it's so important to really take back your control. So what is control? Control is your understanding and your awareness that you can only control so much. In other words, it's your response to the world. You cannot control the world outside of you, but you can always control how you respond to the world outside of yourself. And of course, you can always control your inward world, your infinite universe that you have within. So therefore, control is crucial, and the awareness that you can actually control it, because it will change the dynamic. It will change the way you see and interact and manage and embrace conflict in a crucial way. So how do you do it? One aspect is you reframe of whatever you face in conflict. In other words, conflict is a source of growth. Why? Because you're controlling it. You simply control the way in which you see and perceive conflict. Again, conflict is a process in which two or more people engage in a perceived diversion of goals, values, and actively try to obstruct each other from achieving these values/goals. So therefore, if you reframe it, if you see it as something that actually has more benefits than costs, you take control of it and you start seeing it as an opportunity rather than something that puts you down. You don't see it as an adversity necessarily, but rather as an opportunity for you to really start growing in your life. So make sure you reframe, you rethink whatever you face, especially when it comes to conflict. When you face a conflict, when you're confronted with something that is at first glance very, very negative, reframe it and say immediately within yourself, in your thoughts, because you control your thoughts. Again, it's about what you do within, how you respond, because that's in your hands. That you really start controlling what is in your sphere of influence, as Stephen Covey so brilliantly laid out in 7 habits of highly effective people, and first things first. Start taking control back of how you think about conflict. Reframe it. Rethink of the way you think of conflict, because life is really what you make of it and not what happens to you. But everything happens for you. That's why knowledge matters. Make your life a masterpiece. Visit now programs.d-ykm.com. Meant to make you grow.